Morning, friends. Welcome back to our professional ethics and management science class. Right? How are you all? Let me share screen to you all. Okay, guys. In this previous class, we discussed about 15 strategic management. In this thing, we discussed the types of plans, elements of corporate planning process. So in this thing, we discussed two things. First one, what is the need or what is the benefits or importance of corporate planning process? And then the second thing is here, process of how to plan corporate planning, right? And the next thing we discussed environmental scanning. In this environmental scanning, we have two types, internal environment and the external environment. So external environment further divided into two types. So first one is micro environment and then macro environment. Right, already we discussed this thing. Micro and macro environments are related to the company, but they are not employees and employers of our company. So internal environment is the people who belongs to the company. So they are employees and employers of the company. So company's internal business activities and company's values are comes from here, internal environment. Already we discussed this environmental scanning. And then we discussed the SWOT analysis also. This SWOT analysis means strength, weakness, opportunity, threat analysis. It is also called as TOWS, TOWS, reverse TOWS analysis or SWOT analysis, both are same. So this SWOT analysis is purely depending upon this environmental scanning. Right now, so strength and weaknesses, these two are belongs to internal environment scanning, and OT means opportunity and threat. These two are belongs to external environment scanning, external environmental scanning, right? So based upon these two, the third topic, environmental scanning, and the eighth topic, SWOT analysis. Based upon these two, we can prepare the strategic management process, right? Based upon environmental scanning and SWOT analysis, we can plan for strategic management process, right? So in this strategic management process, the first step is environmental scanning. So in this environmental scanning, sub-part is here, SWOT analysis. So first step in this strategic management process, environmental scanning and SWOT analysis. Based upon these two reports, we can formulate the strategies. That is the second step, strategic formulation. After completion of formulation, then we can implementation of these strategies. Then evaluation of control of these strategies which are formulated by us. So this is these three steps or belongs to this strategic management process, right? Already we discussed this strategic management process, and already we discussed about strategic formulation in the previous class, right? Today's class, we need to discuss these two topics, strategic implementation and strategic evaluation of control in a depth view, right? So today's class, strategic implementation and evaluation control. And next we have these two topics. So we will end up these sessions with completion of these two topics, and we will enter to the 6th unit, right? So coming to here, types of plans, corporate planning process, the needs or objectives or benefits of corporate planning, environmental scanning, internal environment and external environment, So strength and weaknesses are come from these things. Opportunity and the threats are comes from these two things. Right, already we discussed strategic management process. So here, environmental scanning, which includes SWOT analysis. So environmental scanning and the SWOT analysis, these are the two types, two analyses, which are helping to prepare the strategies. So that is formulation of strategy, right? So in this formulation of strategy, we have this slide. Previous class we discussed, right? Next, strategic formulation completed, then we need to implement these formulated strategies. And next, strategy evaluation control means the comparison between these two. If gap between them, then we need to control. We need to fill this gap between these two. That is the point here, strategic evaluation and control. Right, today's class, implementation and evaluation, we need to go in depth way, right? So yesterday class, we discussed this thing. So these are the few steps to formulate the plans. Strategies means plans, excellent, superb plans, right? So setting organizations objectives. So means targets. Set the company's targets, and based upon the environmental scanning and SWOT analysis, we make these four types of analysis. Once again, I won't repeat it. Based upon environmental scanning and based upon the situation analysis. Based upon these two analyses, we can prepare and we can check these four types of analysis, right? Company analysis, so something, and competitive analysis, situation analysis, and financial analysis. Company analysis means the status, the company level of the company, right? So check the company level. Next, competitive analysis means the level of the competition and how much competition is there. Next, situation analysis means the company's situation. What is the nature of the company? What is the sales level and what is the profits level? What is the market share? What is the image of our company in the mind of the customers? So whatever situation is there, so just we analyze or check our company's situation. That is situation analysis. And next, financial analysis means the financial position of the company simply, right? Next, organizational environmental scanning. Next, quantitative targets, numerical target setting. Next, framework of activities for all divisions. So simply financial division, HR division, marketing division, and production divisions. Next, check the performance of each and every worker and the employee. Next, select the best strategy. So based upon these 9 activities, we can prepare the excellent, superb strategy. So these are the few steps to make a strategy, prepare and formulate the strategies, right? So after completion of these strategies, we need to implement these strategies, which are formulated in this step, right? So that is strategic implementation. And then strategic evaluation of the control. These are the few steps we need to take for controlling of implementations, right? So look at here, strategic implementation. So these are the steps to formulate prepared strategies. After completion of formulation, then we need to implement these plans. We need to implement these plans, right? If we need to implement these plans for achieving the targets of the company. Sir, plans is the kachanga follow that waste. That's why these are the plans, strategies formulated already. But here we should, and we have to follow and implement those plans which are prepared in the formulation stage, right? So must and should have to implementation of those formulated strategies. Then only the company will get a success and the company will get the targets, right? So how to implement those strategies? So these are the few steps to follow the strategies, right? Implementation steps of formulated strategies. So look at here. First thing, institutionalization or establishing of strategies. So these all things are concerned right in this first point. Establish or prepare or formulate or institutionalization of strategies means simply prepare the strategies. And then in the implementation part, developing proper organizational climate. So proper organizational climate. So organizational climate means having coordination and cooperation between the employees in the internal part. Next, having support of the top level management to each and every worker and having encouragement and motivating to the employees and giving the more benefits and more skills to the workers to do these type of plans and strategies, right? To follow these plans and the actions. For this purpose, employees need some skills and employees wants to get some benefits. So the company will give the benefits, extra rewards, extra payment to the workers for doing these type of strategies, right? So this type of culture, this type of preparation of structure is called as your organizational climate, right? So if the organizational climate is good or strengthening, then the implementation process will be success, right? If the company internal organization structure is very poor or very weak, then this implementation process, the strategic implementation process may be failing. So they don't follow, they don't do the strategies or plans or future course of actions. So the only thing is here, organization climate. So simply internal organization system is called as your organization climate. So internal organization system should be strengthened, should be healthy, should be good. Then only the implementation of strategies will be success, right? So that is the point here, developing the proper organizational climate, developing the organizational climate, right? So this is the second thing of implementation process of strategies. And next, formulating of operating plans. So operating plans here. So operating means doing the things. So action plans. So simply the plans we need to follow, we need to do, we need to take care, right? About formulated plans, that is called as your operating plans, right? So these operating plans formulation, these operating plans is for the 4 departmental activities: finance, HR, marketing, production, and those activities are concerned here. So operating plans preparation for each and every departments: finance, HR, marketing, production. These are the 4 departments we have. So that's why here formulation of operating plans for these 4 departments, right? Finance department, those related activities are how much amount we need to require and how to allocate the funds and how to acquire the funds and how to make the reports. These all things are comes under financial department. Already we discussed in the first unit of our MS, right? The next thing, HR department. HR departmental means HR planning, recruitment of employees, select the suitable candidate, and then give the training to the selected candidates and give the placement and induction to the company. And next, check the performance of each and every employee. If performance is good of a particular employee, then we will give the promotions and increments. If performance is bad, then we will give a retraining facility and counseling to the employees. And then we need to check the performance of those weak candidates. Again, we will get the bad performance from them. Then we get retrenchment from the company, right? So after this is all about performance appraisal. And then we need to give motivations to the employees and solve the disputes between the employees. These all things, selection, training, recruitment, HR planning, motivation, solve the disputes, and performance checking. These all things are comes under here. This is second department, HR, right? These are the operational plans, right? The third operational plan is for marketing department. So here, how to attract the customers and how to give awareness about our product in the mind of the customers, and how to maximize our sales and how to maximize our profits, and how to make a design of a product, right? These all things are comes under here. The marketing operational plans. The fourth department is here, production department. So those operational plans are here. The fourth department, how to select a suitable supplier, how to make orders to suppliers, and how to receive goods, and how to store the goods, and how to verify and inspect the materials, and how to prepare schedules, and how to prepare, how to arrange the machineries in the plant, and how to prepare a product, right? And how to reduce the wastages, and how to reduce the time, and how to reduce the cost, and how to store the finished goods in the godowns. These all things are comes under here, the production and departmental operational plans. So here, the third step is very, very important in strategic implementation. That is preparation of operating plans for these four departments: finance, HR, marketing, production, right? And next thing, after completion of operational plan, and next we need to develop the proper organizational structure. So here, organizational structure means already we discussed in the first unit of is line and staff organization structure we have. So those structures we discussed about. Authorities flows from top to bottom. Responsibilities flows from bottom to top. Authorities flows from top to bottom, right? So who are the higher authorities and their subordinates and their subordinates and their subordinates, and what are the duties followed by each and every designated persons, and what are the responsibilities and authorities following and having by these all designated people. These all things are here, comes under here, the organizational structure. So in this thing, authorities and responsibilities, next, higher authorities and their subordinates, their duties. All this planning is comes under here, organizational structure. It is another step to implementation of our strategies. So prepare the proper organizational structure. Next, periodic reviews of strategies. So when we are implementing these strategies, then check each and every strategies and those activities performance. So these review or check the performance of each and every action plans, review based upon the periodic reports. So periodic report means here 1 month reports, or twice in a month, or weekly reports, or 3 months reports, or 6 months reports, or maybe 1 year reports, whatever planning is here. Periodic reviews of implementation of strategies and their performances, right? And next thing, strategic leadership. So leadership means here a leader lead his team with the help of a few skills to lead his team, right? That is called as your leadership. So here leadership, we have some topic in the first unit, right? Oh, right. So here leadership includes three words: lead, leader, leadership. So here we have three steps. Once again, lead, leader, leadership. Lead means encourage the team, motivate the team, inspiring the team, move the team towards the achieving the targets of the company. That is here lead. So leader means who lead this team is called as a leader. So leadership means skills, abilities, capabilities, right? Knowledge, experience, talent. These all things having by the leader to lead his team. That is the leadership. So skills, abilities, talent of a leader to lead his team. That is called as your leadership. So by using these leadership techniques, we can implement the strategies, right? Next, effective reward system. So effective payment system. Effective reward means here salary or compensation or wages or remuneration to the workers, right? So effective reward system means just giving satisfaction payment to the workers for their efforts. That is called as here effective reward system. So the reward or salary or the wages should be equal to the efforts given by the workers. So efforts and their salary or the payment is equal. Then the employee feel satisfied. Then he will give more results to our company, right? That is the point here. Effective reward system gives another factor or another step to implementation of strategies. Next, preparation of budgets. Budgets means here allocation of different amounts to the different expenses. That is called as here budgets. Next, last but not least, resources allocation. Resources means already I told you number of times. Resources means 5 M's: money, men, material, machinery, and methods. Money, material, machinery, methods, and the men. These are the 5 M's. That is called as resources. So resources allocation to implementation of strategies, right? Next, last, ethics and human values. Each and every worker should have the ethics and the human values. Then only they will perform their roles within the time with accuracy. So that is the point here, ethics and human values. So based upon these 10 steps, based upon these 10 steps, we can implement our strategies, which are prepared by the strategy formulation, right? These are the steps to strategic implementation, right? And the next, we have the strategic evaluation and the control. Strategic evaluation or the control. So here, the fixation of the benchmarks of performance. Next, measuring of a performance, analyze the variance, take the corrective actions, premises control, implementation control, and special alert control. Next, strategic surveillance control, strategic audit, strategic information system. These are the few steps, 10 steps to control our strategies. So what is the meaning of strategic control? Already I told you in this previous slide. So strategic evaluation control means here, I already told you. So this is strategy formulation and this is strategy implementation. So controlling means identify the gap between these two and try to fill this gap by using some techniques. Those techniques are called as their strategic evaluation control. So strategy formulation means plans, standards, right? Planned performance. Strategy implementation means this planned performance will be actual performance. Am I right? So here, difference between these two means planned performance and actual performance. If this planned performance and actual performance gap is there, then we need to fill the gap. That is strategic evaluation control, right? So that is the point here. Strategic evaluation of the control, right? Strategic implementation, strategic formulation. So strategic formulation means standards, preparation of standards, preparation of plans, preparation of planned performance. So strategic implementation means actual performance, actual performance. So here strategic evaluation means difference between these two, right? Strategic formulation means actual performance and planned performance. These two, if gap is there, by using these all techniques, we can control, we can fill the gap between the strategy formulation, strategy implementation. That is strategic evaluation and control. Look at this diagram. So this is the first step. So establish the performance objectives and the standards. So means simply this is strategic formulation and measure actual performance. This means implementation, strategic implementation, right? So strategic formulation and strategic implementation. Strategic formulation and strategic implementation. These are the two things here. So next, compare actual performance with objectives and standards. So comparison between these two. Measure actual performance and establish performance objectives standards, right? Comparison between these two is the third step. And take the necessary actions to fill the gap. Take the necessary actions to fill the gap. So this is the controlling process. So this is the another name is here strategic evaluation control. So controlling process means here strategic evaluation control. Right here, first one, strategic formulation, implementation. So strategic formulation and the implementation is here actual performance. Next, comparison between these two. Then if any gap, then we need to fill the gap. That's why we have taken the necessary actions to fill this gap between these two. We need to take these necessary steps or necessary actions, right? These necessary actions are here. These are the necessary actions. These are the necessary actions to fill the gap. So these are the necessary actions to fill the gap between formulation and implementations, right? So these are fixing the benchmarks of performance. So benchmark means target, level of performance. So performance targets, performance levels, fixation. So here fix the performance levels and compare this levels with the workers level, all right? So benchmark means target, fixation of targets for the performance of the workers and compare actual performance of the workers, right? So plan for it. Next, measuring the performances. So after completion of fixation of targets of performance, then measure the actual performance of the workers, right? Measure the actual performance of the workers. This is the second step. And next, analyze the variance. So between these two. So actual performance of the workers, they give, and company fixed the level of performance. Comparison between these two or this third point, analyze the variance. If company performance and workers performance, both are equal, then we don't have any controlling steps. If company performance is high, worker performance is low, then we need to give additional training, additional motivation to the workers to increase their performance levels to standard performance or benchmark performances, right? So for this purpose, analyze the variance to increase, to motivate, to encourage, to provide skills, to increase the level of performance of the workers. So that is the major purpose of analyzing the variance. So this analyzing variance is difference between these two. So targeted performance and actual performance of the workers, and gap between these two, and take the remedial actions, take the corrective actions to improve the workers' performance, right? Next, premises control. Premises means workplace control. So here, controlling means workplace surroundings and safety and maintenance we need to do here. Premises control. Next, implementation control, right? So implementation means all strategies here. Implementations, these all things, leadership, reward system, budgets, resources, ethics and values, periodic reviews, organization culture, or operating plans, and establishment strategies, climate, these all things control. Each and every step, we are in the implementation steps. Each and every steps we need to control here. So that is the point here, implementation of each and every step of controlling, right? Next, select alert control. So here, priorities to keep. So which one is the priority activity? Which one is the priority model? Just we need to give special focus, special alert for those particular priorities activities. So that is the point here. Special alert control means priorities to keep, right? Next point is here, strategic surveillance control. Surveillance means here, protect the business from external threats. So protect the business from external threats. External threats. External threats means, these threats means here problems, external problems. So external problems are from these external environmental factors. So micro and macro, these are the external factors. So these external factors are one of the cause to threats. So these micro environmental factors and macro environmental factors are the causes to get the threats, right? Get the threats. That is the point here. Protect the business or protect the organization from external problems, external threats. It is called as here strategic surveillance control. It is one of the steps to evaluation and control of strategies. And next, strategic audit. So here audit means checking. Strategic audit means each and every processes and each and every activity which are belongs to the strategies. In the name of strategies, we need to control and we need to check each and every activities. That is the point here, strategic audit, right? Check each and every formulated steps and implementation steps. Each and everything we need to check here. That is strategic audit. Next, strategic information system. So information, everything is based upon a proper, accurate information. Am I right? So here, proper information come from the proper survey. So take the right, accurate information and analyze this information and take a right decision based upon this information for development of our company. So that's where the strategic information system gather the information, analysis this information, and based upon this informational reports, we take a decision. So this is called as a strategic information system, SIS. Right? And so these are the few steps to control the gap between formulation and implementation of strategies. So these are the necessary steps. These are the necessary steps to fill the gap between the actual performance and the planned performance. Actual strategies implementation and strategy formulation. That is the controlling here, right? So up to now, we discussed about two things here. First one is strategic implementation and strategic control, right? So strategic implementation is based upon the strategies formulation. So strategies formulation is depending upon the two things, environmental scanning and SWOT analysis. These two analyses we can prepare the strategy formulation. After completion of strategy formulation, then we need to implement these strategies. That is strategy implementation. The strategic control or strategy evaluation control means identify the gap between these two, strategy formulation and implementation. If gap is there, take the remedial actions to fill this gap. That is strategic control. So here, the strategic control benchmarks, actual performances of the workers. Next, SIS, strategic audit, strategic information system. These all things are comes under here, strategic control, right? So we discussed these two topics in this class, right? In the future next classes, we have two topics are pending in this 15th unit, right? After completion of those two topics, then we will end up this 15th unit. Then we will enter 6th unit of MS, right? Thanks for listening, guys. Stay home, stay safe. Be careful with Corona. Bye. Relax.